Hey guys, what's good? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning into yet another video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn on your post notification if you haven't done so as yet. Now, today's video, we will be talking about Krystal Walton.
I love my mom. She was the best mom ever.
Mother of two, Krystal Walton, was dropping her kids off at charity child care daycare center on the city's west side when she was shot multiple times in front of several parents and children. Sadly, she died at the scene. Who would want to hurt Krystal, and how could anyone take this mother from her children? 2-year-old Krystal Walton was an X-ray technician at Indiana University Health Methodist Hospital. She was an amazing person who left a lasting impression on those who met her. She was described as a lovely friend, co-worker, mother, daughter, sister, and relative. Most importantly, Krystal was a wonderful mother to two young children, a 1-year-old son and a 7-year-old daughter. Krystal's daughter is from a previous relationship, and her son is from her most recent relationship with 33-year-old Orlando Mitchell. They were together for 4 years, but sadly Orlando had a history of abusing Krystal. This abuse would eventually cause Krystal to end the relationship. In March of 2021, Krystal reported that Orlando assaulted her when she was only 4 months pregnant. They had been together for 4 years and were living together. She stated that Orlando's anger was sparked by the fact that her ex-boyfriend, the father of her other child, was standing outside the home ready to pick up his 6-year-old daughter, and this angered Orlando. She said that Orlando threatened her by saying, "I'm gonna f you up. I'm gonna mess around and kill you." Krystal stated that Orlando told her she had to abort the baby she was carrying, held her by the neck with one hand, and then started to strangle her. She was knocked backwards into the bed, and Orlando was still on top of her, putting pressure on her neck. She said that she was unable to speak or even breathe. Krystal's daughter by her previous relationship was only 6 years old at the time and witnessed all of this. She tried to help her mother by jumping on Orlando's back while screaming, "Get off my mommy." When Orlando released her, she took her daughter and left the home, then proceeded to her mother's house, which was just 2 minutes away, to make a call to the police. This domestic violence case was not settled for well over a year, at which point Krystal had already given birth to Orlando's child. He spent 1 day in jail and was put on probation for 1 year for this crime. He was only permitted to make contact with Krystal in order to make child care arrangements for their son. On July 26, 2022, a no-contact order was imposed as part of a plea deal Orlando signed. Orlando entered a guilty plea, admitting that he had committed domestic assault in the presence of a kid less than 16 years old. As part of the agreement, the charges of strangling a pregnant woman, confining her, and intimidating her were dropped. On August 6, 2022, Orlando got in touch with Krystal with the intention of picking up his son 1 day early. Despite the fact that Krystal had informed him that it was impossible to do so, he went ahead and showed up anyway to the house where she was living. When Krystal threatened to call the police, Orlando's response to her was, "If you call the police, it will be the last thing you do." Out of fear, she decided to contact his mother instead and have the conversation with her on speakerphone. After around 5 minutes, Orlando decided to leave the residence. After that, Krystal went to the police to report what occurred. Krystal also reported to police that she received a text message from Orlando Mitchell that read, "You gotta learn to be reasonable with me about my son. If you wanna keep playing, I promise on my life I won't stop until you lose everything. That house, job, and your child. So it's up to you." Orlando was charged with breaking and entering, invasion of privacy, violating a no-contact order, as well as intimidating the victim. On August 30th, a notice of probation violation and an arrest warrant related to this case were both filed against Orlando. This was the consequence of Orlando breaching the no-contact order in the incident that occurred on August 6th. In August, the state submitted a petition requesting that Orlando pay child support for his 1-year-old son. Orlando was supposed to appear in court for the hearing, but he did not show. Another hearing was going to take place on the 24th of October. At around 7:30 in the morning, Krystal had just finished dropping off her children at charity child care when, according to the police, Orlando shot her multiple times in the parking lot. Several adults and children witnessed the shooting. It is believed that Orlando then fled the scene. Orlando's mother later showed up at the daycare. She is said to have informed the detectives that she had not communicated with her son in the last month because he had threatened to kill Krystal and then take his life afterwards. She informed the police that her son had warned Krystal that if he couldn't see his son, she wasn't gonna be in his life either. His mother provided the cops with a description of his vehicle. The police were then informed by a member of the community 3 hours later at around 10:20 a.m. on that same day that a vehicle that matched the description of the suspect's vehicle from the daycare shooting had been located close to the intersection of 10th and North Delaware Streets. The individual who called the tip-in said that a guy in the vehicle informed them that he had killed his girlfriend at 10th and Holmes. A short while afterwards, the car was spotted by the police. The Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department said that Orlando was brandishing a firearm and was given orders to put it down. When Orlando failed to put the weapon down, he was shot by police. Orlando could be heard on police body cam saying, "I shot that bee," and then later stating, "I shot that bee in the face" when paramedics was carrying Orlando into the ambulance after the shooting. After that, Orlando was brought to the hospital for immediate care. Orlando subsequently left the hospital and was taken into custody. Orlando has been charged with the murder of Krystal Walton. A public defender has been appointed for Orlando, and the date of his jury trial is set for December 5th. A vigil was held in Krystal Walton's honor following the shooting, and attendees remembered her as a devoted daughter, mother, and friend.
I love my mom. She was the best mom ever. I love my mom.
So guys, here comes to the end of another video. I hope you do enjoy. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until next time, bye.